What's good, everybody? Today I'm kind of starting the process of recording how I judge, sample, review the flower that I have. So I don't have the first part because we'll start to get it over time. But so the part we're at right now for the flower that we are reviewing today is Bebe Lotto from Flavor Chasers. It is the strain Bebecita X Bacio Gelato. Right? So, my bad. But so, the process of what I'll do is, we'll smoke a joint, obviously, and then we'll come back. Bong. It is a little dirty. Don't say nothing right now. But then we look it up, then we'll write it down, and pretty much based off of obviously my experience, because with every flower, every terp, every person, every aroma, everything affects every single person a lot differently. So this is also like a very good thing, because then I'll be able to pretty much say how I feel versus how somebody else that tries it will feel. It is. But today we had already reviewed Bebe Lotto, kinda. I'm not gonna do the full review right now, but I will. We'll take a moment for you guys. Alright. Cheers. And then also in this exact same video, we are going to be reviewing Permanent Cherries from Flavor Chasers as well, which is going to be the strains Lemon Cherry Gelato mixed with Permanent Marker. Lemon Cherry Gelato, I've tried one, and I liked it. It was pretty decent. Permanent Marker, I have not tried yet, but also, it's gonna be fun, because then also reviewing it. Y'all get what I mean. But for Bebe Lotto, it is an Indica Lean hybrid. It is an Indica Lean hybrid. It is a 50-50 Indica Sativa. It's mixed obviously with the strains Bebecita X Bacio Gelato. Taste creamy, earthy berry, herbal. I taste kind of like a tea. Then for smell, you get berry, sweet, and earthy. And then the feeling for medicinal purposes, you get creative, you get a body relax, and I'm also still writing down the rest of it at the moment. But just wanted to, yeah. See you just later when we catch. I'll see y'all when we pick up the video again. I'm good, Jits, and today I'm back with the second half of the video from yesterday of my little how I judge my flower, right? So another thing I do, right now we're just kind of, not another thing, but right now what I'm doing is pretty much how I told you guys that I roll joint and then bong rip of whatever it is that I do or I have. Right now, that's pretty much what I'm doing, is starting the day first during the day, obviously, because in order to get the best review, in my opinion, it has to be the first one we do. Shout out to first one we reviewed that also. But so with your flower, take your flower, obviously de-stem it. Make sure that it's, there's no stems in it, because nobody likes stems in their joints at all. Nobody. And I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. And now let's start the process of building a joint. So, with a lot of people, I do know for the way they roll joints, it is a lot different because, for obvious reasons, everybody has their own style for everything. And that's what makes it so much beautiful and makes it an art, because everybody has like their own style and their own way of how they do things, and that's cool. But so the way that I start, obviously grind up my flour and put it into paper, of course, with the filter. The tip that I'm using is the Organotip, glass Organotip V2s. But, so pretty much just take the flour and stuff it in there. Alright, so now that you've got most of your flour into like the form of the joint, pretty much, you want to just, what I like to do is just hold the glass tip, because for me the glass tip pretty much not seals the joint for me, but it will pretty much guide the rest of the joint for me. So I literally just tuck, and then just to see where the gum line is gonna be, just to see that it lines up, right? So now that we see it lines up, we're gonna take a little paintbrush and some water, seal the whole thing first. Comes to the whole no saliva trick, we've gotten this from a lot of different people, because a lot of people use it. From what I've realized and learned, some people use, for preference, you can use a Q-tip in water, you can use a paintbrush in water, you can use hemp wick, a stick, a toothbrush, whatever you would prefer to use for you in rolling joints. Even saliva. Saliva's fine for your joints though. Yeah, if you're rolling joints for other people, sometimes, at least now in my opinion, I prefer to not use saliva, but use whatever you like to use. I promise you, it's your stuff at the end of the day. That is, that's it, that's all. But now we've, gotten it pretty much shaped, formed, and it's pretty much rolled, as you can see, It's just the only thing is now you pretty much kind of just, you'll let it sit for a little bit, because the paper, you just wet it, let it seal, so you obviously gotta let it fully seal and kind of dry a little bit before you want to put any pressure or anything else onto it, because you don't want to rip the paper. And yeah, be back. Now it's dry, you just want to take it, massage it a little bit, so as you can, the flour that's inside Yes, in my opinion, it's, you know, tucked and rolled. But to me, it's not tucked and rolled enough. So, we're gonna literally just take our little trusty poker that we made and pack it down. You can pack it down as hard as you want to, as soft as you want to, however you like your joints, once again, obviously. Just one thing, because I've learned myself, do not pack it too tight. Because you're gonna go to try to spark your joint, smoke your joint. It won't pull. Not gonna smoke. Or it's gonna be extremely hard for you to smoke it. And you don't want that. You don't want that. Especially for somebody who, you know, let's just say it could have been your first time rolling a joint, whatever the case is, as you know, you took your time. Because this is a process, you know? But let's just say you're somebody, you take your time and you end up packing it too hard. Because this step is also very important, even for hash holes, in my opinion. Because you got it packed right, you're gonna have a good smoke, especially for papers. For papers, I just use the regular Phantoms. For personal, you know. Anybody else and using, this is what I would say, I've experimented with Phantoms and the raw ethereals, and I do like them, but I think I just do need to have a little bit more practice first before we're, you know, ready to you know, take that leap with with Phantoms. Also an investment, because for consumable experience, having the Phantoms or ethereals or just any type of thinner paper as a whole in general, you know, it is amazing, and the experience is also just a little bit better because already in a joint you taste the flavor of whatever it is, you taste all the terps. But with thinner papers, you obviously taste more of the flavor because it's less paper, you know. And we'll say obviously compared to a glass, or, you know, a piece, anything, a one hitter, any things of that. It's pretty good, pretty good. And now that we're at the end, what I like to do is take my poker. It's a little process and I'm learning how to get it down 100%, but take my poker and then put some water on it, wet the paper, and push and twist, but don't push too hard. And also don't twist too hard, because then you're gonna rip the paper, you're gonna mess up everything. And you don't want that, obviously. So, and what I try to do is make like a little indent. It's a little bit hard because of water, but we are getting it. You've got a rolled joint that you are now ready to go and judge, taste, review, whatever you'd like to do. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for clicking on the video. Like, sub, and yes sir, I love you. Have a blessed day.